Oh, yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which you watch your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss over a glass of wine. I'm your host, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here by my right hand, man, Kat Halstead, the author. Hell yeah, happy NaNoWriMo. Happy NaNoWriMo, girl.
The day we were recording this is the first day of NaNoWriMo. I have no idea what I'm going to write this month.
I got my story cube, so get ready, girl. Get ready. Get ready for some words, some hot words. Maybe I'll finish my AVSP short story that I was writing about us. Who knows?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I forgot all about that.
So, all right, for
oh, my God.
For a little context, I started to write a short story about Kat and I, and we go on like a Love Boat reality show, and all this crazy stuff starts happening to us. It's great.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Blair and Serena are there, not the actresses, but the actual characters. It's great.
Like the characters, yes.
Amalgamation of a bunch of television characters. Like we go on the Love Boat reality show, and then we find ourselves mixed in with all these like our classic television characters. It's great. It's fucking great. Can't wait till I finish it. I started this in the summer, and I don't know, Kat. I sent it to Kat, the first 5 or 6 pages, and it was just WTF emoji, whatever that emoji is.
I was like, what the hell is happening? I'm so confused. I'm like, what is that? You had some weird storyline for me, and it was really awkward.
You were mad at the dialogue that I gave you, because you were like, I would never say those words.
Yeah, there was something really ridiculous you had me say. Fuck you, Patrick.
All right, well...
Fuck you.
I originally intended to have it out by our 5-year anniversary episode, and I had forgotten about it till right now, literally right this second, so, I don't know.
Like right now.
Maybe I'll get it out in time for our 10-year anniversary. Who knows? Because, I don't know, I work slow. This kid works slow. Anyway.
Well, that's what NaNoWriMo's for. You get to do some word sprints.
Yeah, do some word sprints. All right. Halloween's over. We took down our devil horns and our...
Listen, I haven't undecorated yet. I don't know when I'm going to undecorate. Probably Saturday.
Oh yeah, by the time this episode's out, by the time you, all 17 of you are listening to this, we'll have moved on with our lives. We'll be ready for Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. I'll be wearing my pilgrim hat, carry my musket.
We will be ready for the drop of Disney Plus.
Oh yeah? I'll be watching Lilo and Stitch all weekend long. I'll be in the Lilo and Stitch universe.
Yeah, he'll be watching Lilo and Stitch. I'm going to be watching Lizzie McGuire.
And, I don't know, I'll probably be watching, the Little Mermaid animated series. Used to love that show. Can't wait to see it again, girl. Looking forward to seeing Ariel.
I might dive into some old school DuckTales.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I can't wait. Lady Boner!
This definitely, I need to do oh my god. Okay, so before we started recording, Patrick was like, you should do an In the Kitchen with Kat and do, Disney cakes. And now, I'm starting to come up with all these ideas of, Disney foods I could do for Disney Plus lunch.
I have a request. I have a hot request.
Okay.
I want the infamous Ariel from The Little Mermaid coming out of the sea and pitching herself up on the rocks with the waves splashing behind her. That's my hot request.
That's your hot request for something?
Yeah. Did you see my Ariel pumpkin cookie that I made?
I don't think so. I don't think I did.
It's on my Instagram. Maybe I'll put it on the very special podcast Instagram, but it's on my private one.
It's on your private one. Your personal one. Oh, yes, I saw this. I didn't realize that was your cookie.
Oh, yeah, I made that.
Because you've got, a coworker or somebody in this.
Yeah, one of my coworkers got booed, which is when, I don't know, someone shows up at your house and, leaves you, a Halloween-related gift. She had, decorate your own cookies kit. So the cookies they were just sugar cookies. They're shaped like pumpkins. Mm-hmm. And there was 3 colors of frosting and then some, I don't know, things you can decorate it with. So I was like, I want to make an Ariel cookie. And I only had 3 colors, so I had to do the best I could.
I get it. I feel ya.
I was very impressed with the boobs, because I used 2 little chocolate gumball things.
Oh my god.
Halloween's over. We're not quite into Thanksgiving season yet. We kind of want to just do a quick palate cleanser, just get it over with. Just kind of prepare ourselves, because the next 12 weeks of episodes, I don't know how many weeks there are going to be all...
I don't even know.
Holiday related. We're gonna treat you with 3 servings of Thanksgiving this month. So we're gonna have 3 hot
yes.
Thanksgiving related episodes. Then we're gonna swing into Christmas. And then we have a special New Year's episode for you. So, the end of the next couple of months is gonna be great. hold on to your hats and enjoy the ride. That's all I gotta say. The AVSP ride.
Yes.
It's a new attraction at Universal Studios.
I feel like this would be a really boring attraction.
It would be like you just wear headphones and podcast simulation room.
So, like, a room that looks like your closet and a room that looks like my living room.
It would also include iconic apartments of TV characters, like the Mary Tyler Moore apartment. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore. Mary Tyler Moore.
Speaking of Kat Halstead, the author, what are we doing today?
We are doing a season 7 episode of Mary Tyler Moore called Mary's Three Husbands.
Yes. So if you're a hot fan of the podcast, you know, whenever we come out of Halloween and before we move forward with our lives, we always like to slip out of Halloween with a fantasy or a dream sequence.
Dream sequence kind of thing.
Yeah, something that's not real. Something that's not real, girl.
We accidentally stumbled upon this little tradition, and we love it.
Yeah, I think the first 2 years we didn't plan it, and it just ended up being that way, and then we're like, you know what?
Yeah, and then we were like, oh shit, dude.
We need to keep it up. Keeping up with the Kardashians. Alright, so I originally suggested doing an episode of Family Matters, in which Laura Winslow has a dream that Urkel blows up Chicago with a nuclear bomb. But, I don't know, Kat Halstead was like, you know what? Not ready to revisit Urkel yet. I have a lot of problems with him.
I'm really not.
Yeah, so...
Like, oh my god. I just, like, the thought of having to revisit Urkel drains me. Because he's so tiresome. Like, he's just so annoying.
Maybe next year.
He's not cute. Sorry, Jaleel White. Jaleel White, you are adorable, but Urkel... Oh, I can't. As a grown woman, I cannot deal with Urkel. That's my thing.
Remember when Jaleel White got abs and, like, muscles? And he did, like a swimsuit calendar?
I do not remember that.
Remember I was home from sick one day? I was home sick from school, and I was watching, like, Entertainment Tonight or whatever, like, the daytime version of it was. And they had Jaleel White on, and he was talking about, like, his poster or something that he was doing, or a calendar. And I was like, this is odd. I was like, what the fuck? Why is Urkel taking his shirt off, and why does he have muscles? Like, what's going on? Why is Laura Winslow turning this away?
I just remember, like, he definitely tried to break the Urkel stigma afterwards. I think he had, like, a WB or UPN show or something.
I think he's had, like, 11 of them like, over the years. He was on that Bobby Moynihan show with John Larroquette, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember that show that, I can't remember what it's called, but it's about Bobby Moynihan at, like, 3 stages of his life. So, like, it's like when he was a child.
Oh, right, yes. I remember. We hated that show.
Yeah, we tried. We tried to watch it when we did our...
We tried? Yeah. We tried our best for John Larroquette because we fucking love John Larroquette.
But
that show was bad.
I know. I felt bad that John Larroquette at his younger years had to be Bobby Moynihan. I was like...
I'm still side-eyeing that. Oh my god.
I personally like to believe that in his younger years, John Larroquette looks like a dream man. Let's be real.
I mean, we've seen John Larroquette younger, and he was fucking hot.
Yeah. He was...
like, back in his Night Court days?
Yeah, he was a hot attorney at law. Oh, yes.
He was pretty hot.
Hot public defender. Is that what they were? Public defenders? I don't remember what they did.
He was the prosecutor.
Oh, the prosecutor. Oh, yeah.
He was like the guy from the DA's office.
Objection! Why is John Larroquette so hot? Sustained! I don't see how that information is relevant. Excuse me, how could you not see it's relevant? Look at him over there. Look at him. I bet he smells like Brute. By Fabergé. Alright, are you ready? Are you ready to get to this hot world of Mary Tyler Moore again?
Yes, because we love us some Mary Tyler Moore.
We kind of have gone through, like, the different various Mary eras. We did, like, the very first time we did it, we did the second episode of the show when she was, like, freshly at the news program. And
then we did one of my favorite episodes.
Chuckles Bites the Dust.
Yes. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm still... Okay, so you... Like, even just listening to our episode... I started laughing so hard, I was crying while I was driving to work one day over the funeral. Oh,
yeah. Alright, so, like, you gotta go back. It's, like, maybe a few months back. We did Chuckles Bites the Dust, the Mary Tyler Moore hot episode. We did, like, a 70s month, right? Isn't that what it was, like, a bunch of 70s episodes?
Yeah, we did, like, something like that. I don't even know what Somehow you tricked me into all these theme months.
So anyway, we were like rehashing the Chuckles Bites the Dust episode, and out of nowhere, Kat just like bursts into laughter, and she's laughing for like 8 minutes straight. And I was like, "Are you all right over there?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm just thinking about Chuckles Biting the Dust."
Oh my god, it's such a good episode.
Hold on a second. Truman just like ate my chair.
Oh, jeez, Truman.
The bottom of my chair has like that little plastic knob that you can like make the chair raise or lower. Shoot all the plastic off it.
Oh my goodness.
So he's gonna be shitting out plastic for days.
Oh, Truman.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, see, Sophia's just laying next to me. She's just chilling.
Fucking dog. Sorry for dog corner. Kat's got a dog that behaves. She's like in her twilight years. She's like Sophia from the actual Golden Girls.
Yes, that's why she's named Sophia Petrillo.
And I got some young buck of a dog over here that's just fucking, I don't know, biting levers on my chair.
Daddy, pay attention to me.
All right. Mary Tyler Moore, February 26, 1977. It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday night. Do you want to know what was happening on this happening Saturday?
Yeah, because it's gonna make me really mad though, because it's probably like an actually like kind of lit night of TV.
I kind of looked over it.
And like our Saturday nights are lame as fuck.
So I'm looking over the list real quick. We've done a good number of these shows.
Okay.
Good number. And we've talked about most of them. So there's a few new entries into it, things we haven't talked about. And I'm going to say, I haven't even gotten into it yet. I'm going to give the night a 4, a hot 4 out of 5. So I don't know. We'll go through it. I'll ask you the same question, and we'll compare notes.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Saturday night. Kat's at home. In this fictional universe, because in real life she wasn't born yet. But
yeah.
You found yourself a DeLorean. You went back in time to February 26, 1977. You grabbed that like an Afghan blanket. You popped some popcorn. Mm-hmm. You curled up on your couch with Sophia, the dog, and we're gonna kick things off with ABC. You want to start off with the alphabet?
Yeah.
All right.
What's on the alphabet?
Are you familiar with a show called Blansky's Beauties?
No.
This is wild. All you folks at home, make sure you're sitting down for this. Make sure you're sitting down. So Blansky's Beauties is a spin-off. Oh yeah, it's a spin-off of Happy Days that aired for 13 episodes in 1977. You ready for the premise? You ready for the wild premise?
I am dying to know what the hell this is about.
All right. So a few weeks before, actress Nancy Walker originated the role of Nancy Blansky, Howard Cunningham's cousin, on the February 4th, 1977 episode of Happy Days, a series that's set in the 1950s. A week later, Blansky's Beauties premiered with Nancy Walker as the lead, playing the same character, but it takes place in the then present day 1977. The series revolved around Vegas showgirls. Nancy Blansky was a showgirl in the 1950s, but in the 70s, she was older, wiser, and kind of a den mother to the girls, to the new showgirls, and they all lived in the same chaotic apartment complex.
Okay.
And hot scoop, Scott Baio was also on the show, not playing Chachi. He played a different character. I guess maybe the producers liked him so much they brought him back as Chachi years later. But hold on. Pat Morita himself was on this show as Arnold, playing an older version of Arnold.
Wow, that...
Who got an even more wilder?
Oh, dear God. I don't know if I'm ready.
Although Penny Marshall never appeared on the show, it was heavily implied that the character of Nancy Blansky and Laverne DeFazio were friends in a dance troupe together or something. I don't quite know, but they would casually mention Laverne in passing. I guess maybe if the show had been more successful, maybe they would have introduced Laverne onto the show, but...
That's a lot to unpack.
That is. And we gotta find this.
Wow.
All right. You ready for ABC 830? So I guess it's a night of spin-offs because following Blansky's Beauties is Fish. Oh yeah, it's Fish, the spin-off to Barney Miller, starring Abe Vigoda, R.I.P. Ouija Bordas, as Detective Phil Fish. Say that name 3 times fast, I dare ya. Phil Fish. The show focused on the domestic side of Fish, outside of the precinct that's featured on Barney Miller. And wildly enough, the character continued to pair on Barney Miller simultaneously as Fish was on, so ooga.
Okay. So that would be like if Brooklyn Nine-Nine had a spin-off series just about Terry's home life.
Yeah, like if they just did, like, Terry.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, Terry continued to appear on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so ooga.
Mm-hmm.
Fish, it wasn't as successful as the main ship, the flagship series, because it was canceled after 2 seasons, airing a total of 35 episodes. I guess people, if they didn't really want to see Abe Vigoda at home, like dealing with his family and stuff, they'd rather just see him in the precinct, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Ooga. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
You ready? You ready for ABC 9 o'clock? You ready to find out what's happening at 9? The 9 spot?
I'm as ready as I can be. I don't know what's coming. I have no clue what's up.
All right. Aaron Spellin presents. Aaron Spellin presents. Any hot guesses?
Charlie's Angels.
No! Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, okay.
Which ran for 4 hot seasons in the last half of the 1970s. The series followed 2 hot Southern California detectives as they argue with their boss and get hot information from their flamboyant pimp, Huggy Bear. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna throw this out there. I never really watched the show. I've seen the movie with, Ben Stiller, but that's about it.
Yeah, same. It's not a show that, I feel like we had in syndication as kids.
Yeah, it kind of escaped us. It wasn't really on anywhere.
We had Dukes of Hazzard.
We had Chips.
I never had Chips.
You never had Chips?
Nope. Definitely didn't have Starsky and Hutch. Didn't have TJ Hooker either.
I don't know. We'll have to revisit it. We'll find it. We'll find a hot copy somewhere. See what the hoopla is all about. You ready for ABC 10 o'clock? I'm excited about the show. I've never heard of it till now, but
oh god,
it's got a tie-in with something that we really love.
What is it?
Have you ever heard of a show called Most Wanted?
Possibly.
This was a hot police procedural that ran for 1 season in the 1976 to 77 season. It followed an elite task force of the LAPD, specifically created to focus on the most wanted criminals on the mayor's list. I guess the mayor had like a hit list of criminals he wanted, so he put together this team. And hold on. You want to know who was the star of the show? Any hot guesses? I'll give you one guess.
Who?
Someone we love. A perpetual boy toy of ours. Someone that we talk about constantly. We've done his other show at least twice.
Robert Stack?
You got it, girl. Robert Stack was the star of this show. Oh, God.
I feel like I found this, title in, looking up Robert Stack at some point. That's why I was like, this sounds familiar.
I would love to see this. I don't know. I just want to see a slightly younger Robert Stack, just, I don't know, running through the streets of LA, just trying to catch all these criminals on the mayor's, hit list. Oh, sounds great. Sounds great. Sounds like it could be a Marvel series. I don't know why.
It could be. Oh my gosh.
All right. You ready? You ready for a hot night at CBS? I think CBS has the hottest night of television.
Yeah, what's up at CBS?
All right. We've done 3 of these shows. We've done at least 3 of them. And the other 2 we've talked about before. So CBS, 8 o'clock, Mary Tyler Moore. Oh, yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Shout out to Mary Richards. We'll get to you soon. Wish Rhoda was here, but she's not. CBS 8:30, The Bob Newhart Show. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob. Call us. All right, CBS 9 o'clock, All in the Family. Oh, yeah. Hey, Archie. Oh, yeah. And CBS 9:30, Alice. Shout out to Linda Lavin. Hey, girl.
I love Linda Lavin.
And CBS 10 o'clock, The Carol Burnett Show. Ooh, yeah. A whole night of sketch comedy.
CBS is lit tonight, man.
Yeah, CBS is fucking, you know what? They put together a hot team of hot stars. Ooh, God.
Yeah, this is a fucking shit. I wish I could find, a Saturday night programming like this right now.
No, Kat just ran out of here. She's looking for that DeLorean I told her about earlier, trying to go back to fucking 1977.
Seriously, dude. Okay, do you want to know what, is on a Saturday night in 2019?
Reruns of SVU?
Actually, no.
New Amsterdam reruns?
A rerun of Bull, a rerun of NCIS Los Angeles on CBS, and then a new episode of 48 Hours.
I mean, I'm here for 48 hours.
NBC has a Dateline rerun, Saturday Night Live, and, the news.
The news.
ABC's got college football and the news.
I have a hot question for you.
Yes.
Who out there, who is fucking watching Bull? Who's watching Michael Weatherly on Bull on a weekly basis?
I don't know. I haven't watched Michael Weatherly in anything since he was on Loving.
Didn't they, Michael Weatherly had that whole scandal. They tried to fire him, but I don't know. He's still there for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? CBS could only they can either get rid of Les Moonves or they can get rid of Michael Weatherly. And it's like, let's just go for the big hit. Let's go for the big hit.
Let's get rid of Les, and then we'll worry about Michael later, because
Yeah.
we still gotta, like, find something for Julie Chen to fucking do.
Yeah.
Somebody get Julie Chen another job, please.
Julie Chen either needs to have a baby or she just needs another job. Keep that bitch occupied. Because, I don't know.
Because otherwise she just keeps dressing up like former Big Brother house guests, and it's weird.
She's about 8 seconds away from being fucking blocked on all of my social media outlets. That's all I gotta say.
But then how will I send you pictures when she does something stupid?
Well, you can screen cap them and send them to me.
I know, but you already have to do that when Evil Dick tweets something.
Oh, that is true.
Because I'm blocked by Evil Dick.
Cat's blocked by an evil dick. Alright. You ready, girl?
I'm as ready as I can be.
You ready for NBC? You ready to just get it over with?
Yeah, both on NBC.
I only have data, hot data for one show. Emergency! !
I'm not surprised.
So this was the hot paramedic firefighter show starring the man with the greatest name ever, Randolph Mantooth, Ooga. Hot scoop.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we talked about this before, but Emergency was a spin-off of Adam 12, which was a spin-off of Dragnet. Did we mention that before?
We did. We've talked about it before.
Okay.
Yes, we have like this whole like emergency rant and Randall Mantooth corner in a previous episode somewhere.
Alright, well I found some new hot data on Emergency. You ready for the new hot data?
Okay.
Alright. At one point in time, there was an animated spin-off of Emergency called Emergency 4.
I'm sorry, what?
Emergency 4, like the number 4. I guess that's like the precinct, I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Randolph Mantooth appeared in one episode as his character from Emergency on a show called Sierra. Do you know about the show called Sierra?
No.
This was a show about national park rangers dealing with like shit in the fucking Sierra Nevada or something. It was only on for a year. And then Squad 51, which is the station from Emergency, is also featured in one episode of Chips. In one hot episode of Chips. They have the, I don't know,
Okay.
Squad 51 shows up. Squad 51 shows up in a 1990 made-for-TV movie called The Great Los Angeles Earthquake.
Okay.
And the fun don't stop there. No. Because Rampant General Hospital, which is the name of the hospital on Emergency, the fictional name of the hospital, shows up in several episodes of Quincy M.E.
Okay.
The Emergency universe just had like its grasp on television for so long.
Wow.
Randolph Mantooth,
Wow.
you really created an empire, my friend, my hot friend. Shout out to you. Call us if you're alive. If not, Ouija board us, because I don't know where you are right now. I don't know your status.
He is alive. We went over this.
Oh yeah, I can't remember. So I gave this a hot night, a 4 out of 5 Randolph Mantooths. How many hot Randolph Mantooths would you give this night?
It's a hot night, dude. Like, back in the day, if DVR existed, I would be, like, DVRing all this stuff just so I could watch everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cat's like, oh, you know what? I can't watch Mary Tyler Moore and fucking Blansky's Beauties at the same time. If only there was a hot device that can record them both.
Exactly.
All right. Are you ready, my friend? Are you ready, my friend, to get into Mary's 3 husbands?
Yes, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this episode.
Take us into this world, Kat Halstead. Take us into the world of Mary's 3 husbands.
Okay, so it's just like a regular weeknight at the office. Mary is not there. It's just Lou and Murray and Ted. And Lou and Murray are going to go into Lou's office to have a drink. And Ted's like, can I come? He kind of like begs and whines. And I'm like, fine. He's like you can't get silly. Let's be real. Ted does not have much of a tolerance.
And I love that they just kind of treat Ted like a child through this whole episode.
Yes.
He's just like a giant man-child who he has like a good voice, he has a good look, he looks good on the camera, he's good at reading from the teleprompter, he can like read the night's news, but other than that, what is he good for?
Can he though? Can he?
Not really.
Because there are a lot of times he flubs stuff.
I don't know, like, there's a lot of women in the fucking greater Minneapolis region that just like find Ted Baxter alluringly charming.
I guess so.
What can Ted offer to the table? All right, let's say you're a lady, you're a woman, you have lady parts. You're back in 1977. You took the DeLorean back there. I don't know. You found yourself in Minneapolis one hot weekend.
Fuck me.
I know. Kat was like, we have to go back. We have to go back.
Oh, I don't want to go back to Minnesota.
I don't know. You know what? The DeLorean fucked up. The DeLorean fucked up and like crash landed in Minneapolis. And you found yourself roaming through the city, trying to find your way back to wherever you want. Like, I don't know, somewhere better, anywhere.
Yeah.
Even Tuscaloosa, for Christ's sakes. You know what? It was cold because it's winter, and you just wanted to warm up, so you ran into a bar. The first man you ran into was Ted Baxter, offered to buy you a drink. So you're like, all right, you know what? I'm here. Might as well just have a drink because I just had to travel through time.
Yeah, because all my money is from 2019, so they're going to think it's fake.
Yeah, they're going to be like, what is this, Monopoly money, girl? The fuck is that?
What is this, like, piece of plastic you're handing me?
Is that Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill?
Oh my god. I don't think I've had one of those 20s. Are those actually out?
I don't think they've come out yet because I think it's controversial still.
Like, I don't get cash very often. I get cash so I can go do my laundry at the laundromat.
At most, I might have like a few dollar bills here and there.
Yeah.
All right. So you're at a bar. You run into Ted Baxter. He offers to buy you a drink because you just traveled through time and you're thirsty because time travel makes you thirsty. And then you have the drink with him. Would you spend the rest of the night with him? Would you hang out with him further and like see what he has to offer you?
I feel like you would maybe accept the drink, maybe chat him up for a little bit, but then hope he gets distracted by the next girl that comes in.
But like, what if he offers to take you to like Chick-fil-A or something, or the 1977 equivalent of it? Perkins. He offers to take you to Perkins.
Oh my god, I haven't been to a Perkins since I lived in Minnesota.
Would you go to Perkins with Ted Baxter?
No.
Not even they're having like a 2-for-2 special or something?
Not even.
That's your hot take on Ted Baxter. I mean, he looks good in a suit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, decently.
Alright, so Lou and Murray, I guess they have like a nightly drink, you know, like when they're done with their evening cast. So they go into Lou's office.
Yeah, they're done with the show. They're just gonna chill out, and Mary is gone. Mary has already left. She is out on a date with some guy. They don't know who this one is. It's like a new guy.
I just want to throw this out there. So it starts off and it's like Louis comes out and he's like, hey Mur, you want to go have a quick drink before you go? And like Mur's like, yeah. And then like Ted comes in and like they're all like, oh, like it's very real. Is it just like all us guys just like chilling around? And he's like, so what should we talk about? And like instantly they just start talking about Mary and they just start obsessing over her. Low key, I love the grasp that Mary has on them because, you know,
yes,
if you kind of go back to the first season, Mary was just kind of seen as this unequal. Like she was just the female demographic. Oh, when we do like a story about like women, we want to have the female point of view in it.
Yeah.
It's all these years later, and she just has them all by their balls. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, they all love her. They all adore her. They all kind of have a crush on her.
Yeah. Mary has a date. Mary's out on a date, and this part kind of pissed me off because I don't remember who said it first, but they were like, I can't believe Mary's not married yet.
Yeah. Like, that kind of got me too. Like, oh, I wish I could have. Like, okay, so when I watched this episode, I was at the laundromat watching it off my phone with my headphones on. And I was just like, oh, that, like, kind of. They're like, why isn't Mary married yet? And I'm like, I want to be like, fuck you, Lou, fuck you, Murray, fuck you, Ted.
Yeah, because the whole premise of the show, even the goddamn theme song, is about Mary, I don't know, just giving up on her ex-boyfriend, ex-fiance, because, I don't know, he was having an affair or something, and she's like, fuck you, fuck him. She just fled to the big city all on her own, and she just wanted to make it on her own. So, like, that's, like, the whole premise of the show. And we're in season 7, I believe it's the final season, and Mary's made it. Mary's a hot hit. She's worked her way up the ranks. She's like a manager now. Like I don't even like what's her title?
She's like an executive producer.
She's important
on this show. She has moved out of her little studio apartment. She lives in a high-rise now. She has overcome her sleeping pill addiction.
Yeah. Wow. Does that hit close to home, Kat Halstead?
Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to talk about it.
Kat Halstead, the Benadryl takeover. No, Tylenol PM, right? That's your...
Yeah, I didn't order Tylenol PM this next time. I ordered just like straight sleeping pills.
Oh, it's like no-dose or something?
Yeah, I don't know, the Walmart generic sleeping pill. Whatever I found on the grocery app so I could go pick up my groceries on Saturday.
Ooh, I can't wait. Do a grocery store app haul video on YouTube so we can look at all of Kat's goodies.
This is my grocery haul.
All right, Mary has a grasp on them, and they're talking about like, I can't believe Mary's not married yet, and then they all start pondering one by one what each of their lives would be like had they married Mary Richards.
Like if they had met her and married, yeah. Now, what I find interesting about this is they all have very different concepts of Mary.
Yes.
They all see Mary very differently. Very differently.
We're going to start off with Murray because he's first in the dream sequence.
Yes.
So we flash back to Murray. Murray has hair.
He's just got a full head of thick black hair. Like, it's really weird to see, in all honesty.
He's poor. He's a poor man living in like a small apartment, I guess. Mm-hmm. Apartment's kind of shabbily looking, looks a little shabby. And Murray's on his typewriter. He's clacking away at the keyboards like the Kermit gif.
Yes.
And he shouts out to Mary. He's like, "Hey, Mare. He's like, "I finally did it. I'm starting my great American novel." And enter Mary. She's wearing like the ugliest 70s housewife dress they could have found.
Oh my god.
It looks like the Bundy couch.
It was awful. It was orange and brown and it was just pure 70s. Ugh.
It's like something you would buy at the fucking Salvation Army in 1991 when Grandma dropped off all her old clothes at the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Mary has a bun in the oven. Oh yeah, she's like super pregnant.
Like she's super pregnant and Murray doesn't know.
Murray makes the announcement that he's writing the great American novel. And Mary's like, "Hey, I got an announcement too. I'm pregnant." And Murray's excited. He's like, "Whoa." He's like, "I can't believe you haven't told me." And
apparently she hasn't seen him for months because she has been working multiple jobs to support them.
In Murray's fantasy sequence, Mary's kind of is very supportive of Murray's career or non-career as a writer. She wants him to be a star novelist. She wants him to be like the next Mark Twain or something.
Next Mark Twain or whatever like dead white guy they can think of.
J.D. Salinger.
Mm-hmm.
Mary's been like working her tail off while pregnant, and I don't know, working around the clock.
Yeah.
She's super supportive of his career, non-career, and she's like, "Hold on, like, you know what? I need to give you some privacy. I need to let you finish this novel so, you know, we can continue the next phase of our life." And he's like, "Okay." So she leaves the room. She exits the room. He sits back down. He starts tapping away at the keyboards. And then you hear Mary making like a screaming noise.
She's like, oh. And she's like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm just having contractions. I'm going to go into the bedroom. It'll be okay." She goes into the bedroom for a few minutes. You hear a few more like, "Oh, ah." And then she comes out with a baby.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that the baby has a full head of hair.
Yeah.
That looks just like Murray's hair in his dream sequence.
It's wild.
So I guess Murray's take on Mary, we already kind of said it, is that, you know, she's just the super supportive woman that will allow him to live out his fantasy.
Yeah.
While she just has to fucking work her ass off and also like be a baby maker.
Yeah, that's... I'm like, damn, Marie. I kind of hate you for this one.
I'm kind of interested in this. So, Mary Tyler Moore is, and has always been, like a very female-centric driven show.
Yes.
So, it kind of surprised me that they threw this plot line into the episode. I don't know, it's just kind of weird.
It is, but it isn't. If you think about it, like, we've always known that they all kind of see Mary differently. This just kind of really like spotlights the different ways these three men see her. Like, I'm sure if you could have done this some sort of thing where like you get what Mary's like through Georgette's eyes, Sue Ann's eyes, you know, it would have been very different than the way the guys see her.
I like your take on it. I like your hot take on it. I guess, I mean, we kind of get nuggets of the way the guys view Mary over the years, but we never really see it actually through their eyes. So I guess it's just kind of shocking to see it this way.
It is.
It's just kind of surprising. I don't know. But it's very radicalized in a way. It's just...
I mean, all three fantasies are over the top.
Want to go to the next one? You ready? Want to go to Ted's?
Yes, let's hit the next one. Next one is Ted, correct?
Yes. So
Yes.
it's Ted and Mary are just freshly married. They're just freshly married.
Yes.
It's their wedding night. They're on their honeymoon. They're at some, I don't know, just some sleazy motel somewhere. Nothing fancy or anything.
Ooh, sleazy motel that's got like the vibrating bed type thing. Which, do those things even really exist?
Oh yeah, they do. I've totally have been to a hotel as I have one. By the way.
I've never seen them.
If you go to the Cape Cod and stay at like a fucking motor inn or something,
Okay.
motel, cheap ass motel, you're gonna have a vibrating bed, and you're gonna be 8 years old, and you're gonna think that's cool, and you're gonna throw some quarters in there, and it's gonna be like you're on a fucking bucking Bronco.
Oh my gosh, yikes. So, yeah, they go to this like motel. There's a bellhop, so it's probably not like super sleazy. It's probably like some kind of Vegas thing.
Yeah, probably.
And
they're at the Caesar's Palace.
Mary's like, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna slip into something more comfortable. And she goes and she puts on like this, actually like really cute little nightie, short nightgown.
Yeah.
And like she was rocking that nightie. I was kind of like, damn, I wish I could rock a nightie like that. They don't make nighties like that anymore.
Mary Tyler Moore is probably, what, like 40 at this stage of her life?
She's like around our age that we're at, yeah.
So, Mary's look, for the most part, we see Mary Tyler Moore in just kind of like professional attire. You know, like that's kind of like our view of Mary Tyler Moore. And then just like seeing her in this like hot number, it's like, whoa, like Mary Tyler Moore.
Hottie.
Whoa. Who knew she was hiding that hot tan skin?
So like Ted's trying to like get things going with Mary, and then like there just comes to a point where like even in his fantasy, Mary's like, Ted, we're done. Even in your fantasy, it's just not happening. I will put on my favorite shorty nightie for you in this fantasy, but that's it. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, because I think he's like, all right, Mary, you ready? You ready to hop in the fucking vibrating bed? And she's like, I mean, I thought I'd just wear this cute outfit for you and kind of like strut around the room, and then I'd go downstairs and play the slots, try to win some fucking cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh,
bye, Ted.
Shit.
Like, even though Ted is the one who probably most sexualizes Mary, there's still, like, he knows it's never going to happen because she will never go there. Even in his fantasy.
So do you think this is, like, CBS Television's way of saying that, in private moments with Ted, he has, like, a masturbatory fantasy, and, like, he thinks of Mary for a second, and then, like, even in his fantasy, she shuts it down, and then he goes limp?
Yeah.
Because it's
pretty much.
It's the Mary grasp. It's just like how much of a grasp she has on these people's lives. It's great. I love it.
Pretty much.
Mary shuts down Ted, and Ted kind of snaps out of his fantasy and moves over to Lou, cut over to Lou, which I found to be the strangest fucking fantasy out of all three of them.
Ooh, this one. Ooh, man. This was an awkward one.
Mary and Lou have been married for 50 years. It's their golden anniversary.
Yes.
They're elderly.
Which, okay, hold on. I did the math the other day, and I forgot what it was. Okay, so fantasy takes place in the year 2027.
So it's 10 years, 8 years from now. Less than 10 years from now. I can't do the math right now.
Yeah.
I've always gathered that Lou Grant is wildly older than Mary.
Okay, so here's, like, the thing, is Lou is definitely older. He's got, I'd say, a good 15, 20 years on her. I don't know, like, because here's the thing. Like, Lou has daughters that are not that much younger than Mary. Lou was married for a number of years.
Is Lou married on the show? I can't even. Is he presently divorced or widowed?
Yeah, he's divorced at this point.
He's just been kind of off the market for a while. Just doesn't. All right. Here's my take on Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Probably had a hot wife, had a young hot bride, got together, had a couple of girls, and he kind of just got married to his career. And, and just focused so much on his network news show. Just ignored his family.
Yeah.
Ignored his wife, and she just kind of got tired of him. And, she left him at some point. Maybe he had an affair. Maybe by accident. Maybe he got drunk at a bar one night and just picked up some floozy. as far, I mean, I just can't see Lou play in the field. I don't know. It's just me, but I just can't see him out there. Too awkward. He probably doesn't know how to. He could probably get laid, like a one night stand kind of thing. Like maybe he can go to a bar and I don't know, flash his wallet and catch some girl's attention. But
yeah,
I can't see him being in a long term relationship.
Yeah, he has like a weird flirtation with Sue-Ann.
Yeah.
And even then, it's...
Another part of me also feels that Lou just has like a poor self-image of himself. He just kind of, he's a little overweight.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know, he probably looked good in his younger days. He probably was a fucking hot stud.
Oh, yeah.
Probably had a good build, good body. And then he just kind of, packed on the pounds over the years. And he doesn't have a pleasant personality either. Like, he's not a nice guy.
No, he's definitely a grump.
Yeah, he's like a curmudgeon Lou. Angry, just, I don't know. Things always got to go his way, and they don't. He cries about it. He's just a giant man-child.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, so in his fantasy, it's their 50th year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Mary and Lou have been together for 50 years, but here's the thing. They've never consummated their marriage.
Never. Not once.
Nope. Which just kind of got me thinking, that's Lou. Lou knows he's not good on the sack. He knows. He knows that he probably, he's either is like a minute man or he can't keep it up too long. And she knows that he'll just never like fully satisfy a woman. So even in his fantasy, he's just like, you know what? I can't do that to Mary. She's such a goddess of a figure. I have her on this high pedestal that, you know what? If I took my clothes off in front of her, she'd probably go running. Let's be real, she'd go running. But I could provide for her.
Yeah.
I could surely do that.
Like, at the end of the day, it's a companionship kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know, they're just...
But Mary is like, hey, Lou, we've been married for 50 years. Maybe it's about time you and I get a little, like... And Lou's like, oh, no, Mary, no. It's like, first you were like a daughter to me. Then you were like a sister. And now you're like my mother. So, yeah. Which is really awkward because a couple episodes later, Lou and Mary go out on a date.
Really?
Yes. The episode prior to the finale is called Lou Dates Mary. And Mary asks Lou out on a date after Georgette suggests it.
That's some weird endgame shit for the Mary Tyler Moore producers. Let's be real.
Well, I mean, it doesn't work out.
I know, but still. It's just some, weird...
I mean, when you think about it, the show ends with everybody getting fired except for Ted.
Do you think the writers, they did this episode, and they were just like, oh, man, we should have just, really, played up on the whole, Mary and Lou thing. Maybe they could have been a couple. Let's do that for an episode.
And then it's like, oh, hey, we're done with the show.
So,
bye.
I don't know. Was Mary Tyler Moore canceled, or did it kind of end on its own accord?
I believe it... I want to say it ended on its own accord, but I could be wrong. I honestly don't remember. We've probably talked about it in the past.
Yeah, probably.
Then,
if you know the answer, tweet us at Very Podcast and let us know.
Had Lou Grant spinoff. It already had Rhoda. It already had, Phyllis. And it was, because Mary Tyler Moore decided to end the show.
Was the Lou spinoff took place after Mary Tyler Moore ended, I believe, right? It went into the 80s?
Yeah, it took place, and it was more dramatic.
It was kind of a,
It was him in a newsroom, and they were, solving crimes. It was really weird. I've watched it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this.
I'm really intrigued by it. I've never seen it, but the idea really intrigues me. I'd just like to see this side of Lou. I don't know. I'm excited.
It's weird. It's like a whole other world.
I like it. I stand the idea of it. That's all I gotta say.
So,
who knows if it plays off that great though. All right. So we have the three fantasies, and they've now finished a whole bottle of whiskey or something. I don't know what they're drinking.
Yes.
In strolls Mary, and they're like, Mary, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's midnight, my date's over, and, I came to get my car, my date dropped me off, and I happened to see your guys' car was still here, so I just wanted to, see what was up. And, oh, you guys are all having a drink? And they're like, yeah, we're just chilling, just having, a boys' night and kind of thing, and she's like, oh, all right, well, maybe I'll join you guys for a drink. I'd like to have a drink, too. And they hand her the bottle, and they're like, "Go ahead, we're going home."
Mhm.
And Mary looks into the bottle, and it's empty.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. Like one part of me was just like, you know what? Mary showed up, and individually, all three of them just probably got like really uncomfortable, just because they've been kind of like pining over Mary.
Yeah, they probably did because they were all fantasizing about like what they want to like have a life with her like.
Yeah.
You know?
And then she just like comes in and she's like, "Hey, gang." But it's kind of interesting though because the fantasies take place in each character's minds. Like they're not talking aloud about it.
Yeah.
They were all simultaneously thinking about Mary and what life would with her would be like. This wasn't a conversation between them. This is just like
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like they talked about it. It wasn't like Murray said, "Oh yeah, Mary would let me write my novel, and we would have just a beautiful baby boy, and yada yada yada." You know,
it's like just the way it plays out is fucking sexy.
they didn't share it. It's just fascinating to see the way these three men view her.
In a way, it kind of I just love the way it kind of takes the whole series like full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Magical moment to it. It's great. I really love the first season of Mary Tyler Moore, and I regularly like go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the vulnerability to Mary,
Mhm.
where she's this new girl in the office. She sometimes has an opinion, and they just kind of like immediately shut her down. And now it's years later, and she's at this point in her life where they're afraid to do something without her. Like they want to know Mary's thoughts and views on things, or they're like, "Where's Mary? Where's Mare? Where are you?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't she here?" Kind of thing. So it's kind of great. And I'm just really excited that Mary got to do it all without having a husband. So good for her. You go, girl.
Because you know what? Can we be honest? Like a series that like this set up today would end with Mary finding a guy. You know?
They would go through the whole fucking show, the whole series of just like Mary trying to find a guy to make it with, and she gets to the final season and it's like, "Oh, look who I ended up with." And you know the audience is going to be wildly disappointed.
Yeah, it's gonna, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, that's not who I shipped Mary with."
It's kind of like
You know?
kind of like Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Where, you know, the whole show, the first episode has Mr. Big in it. I believe he's in the first season at least.
She meets him very early in the series.
So they kind of build up to this end game that it's going to be Carrie Bradshaw and Mr. Big. And then, like, I don't know, one season they introduced Aiden, John Corbett's character, and he was, like, the greatest fucking love for her. And she, I don't know, ends up breaking it off with him for whatever reason, and, I don't know, just goes back to Mr. Big. And you're just like, really? Really fucking Carrie Bradshaw? Really?
Like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I find it difficult to go back and rewatch Sex in the City now. I don't know why.
Alright, this is why. Because Sex in the City, at the time, it was just written as this very female-centric driven show, which, you know, got a lot of accolades for at the time.
Uh-huh.
But in the long run, the show is just really written by, like, gay men and how they viewed women.
Yes.
Let's be real.
Yes, that's it. 100%.
Yeah, it's a show that, I'm sorry if you're a super fan of Sex and the City, but it's a show that hasn't aged well in the long run.
It hasn't.
I think like a year ago, I tried to rewatch it, and I got like 6 episodes in the first season. Like, yeah, I can't watch this fucking show anymore.
I didn't even get that far. I think I just got a couple of. I was like, nope, I can't do this.
And I think in my original run of the show, and like originally when I watched the show, I always like loved Samantha. I was like, oh, Samantha's great.
Mm-hmm.
But just knowing how much of a fucking troll, fucking what's her name is like in real life,
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall. Like, I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't fucking watch this bitch. Fucking ultimate troll. But hold on. Do you want to know what show I do love?
What?
And I would the Carrie Diaries, like the Sex and the City prequel.
You and my friend Gina freaking love that show. I read the book. I don't have it anymore. It was a good book. But, like, I didn't get into the series.
The show is just so well written, and, I mean, in the second season, they kind of, like, full-blown, like, wanted to amp up the Sex and the City aspect of it, because they, like, introduced Samantha. I almost said Kimberly. Like, her name's not fucking Kimberly.
Yeah.
But overall, like, the show is just very well written, and, I don't know, it's kind of sad that it didn't catch on. I think, like, we probably could have gotten, like, a good, like, 4 or 5 year run out of it before they ran out of steam, but I don't know. The CW was, like, moving in a wild new direction, because Arrow was big, and, I don't know, they brought on The Flash, and...
Yeah, that was when, the CW moved away from the soapy...
type shows.
YA, and into, the comic books.
I think they had a lot riding on the show too. I think they put a lot of money into it, and it wasn't really a big return on investment. Because I want to say Jane the Virgin came out around like the same season, but for some reason they kept that over. But I don't really know why. It's like I've never seen it, so I'm not really gonna like shit on it. But it seems like the lesser inferior.
That was another one that just didn't do it for me, and everybody's like, "But Cat, it's a soap opera," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it doesn't do it for me."
I think if you're gonna go soap opera, you gotta go fucking CW Dynasty. You gotta go fucking balls to the wall.
Yeah, I haven't really. I tried Dynasty. I love the original so much that it was really hard for me. I just gotta like let the original go, so that I can enjoy the new. I haven't been able to do that yet. But I'll be honest, like the only thing I watch on the CW right now is Riverdale.
You have to take in CW Dynasty for what it is, which is just fucking full on camp.
Yeah.
They literally recast Crystal, I think is what they call her, every year. There's a new Crystal every year. Nicolette Sheridan played Alexis for a little bit, but the actress became suddenly available, so they just took the girl who plays Fallon and just have her play dual roles.
That is fucking ridiculous.
It just became too much for the actress to like play two characters. So like now I think this season they're actually like casting like another person as Alexis. Like they're actually getting someone now.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's a great fucking show. It's fucking wild. It's
it's a good soapy show. Ambitions on OWN.
I've never heard of it. Don't know or don't give.
Oh my god. You gotta go watch it. It's fucking amazing.
Maybe when we stop recording, because it is the weekend, maybe I'll have an Ambition weekend.
It is.
Let's blast through. How many episodes are there? Is there a lot of them?
There's like, I want to say there's like 13 episodes right now. I actually have to watch an episode. I'm like, there's one episode I haven't seen yet, which was like the mid-season finale.
Any hot stars? Any hot stars in it?
Robin Givens is in it.
Ooh.
Oh my god, I'm forgetting her name. Oh. Like, if you go look at the cast, you will know a lot of names. You'll recognize a lot of faces, for sure.
Alright, let's do this. Let's bring up Ambition cast. Are you ready? Are you ready for the cast of Ambition? You got Robin Givens, Erica Page, Essence Atkins, Kayla Smith, Christina Kirkman, Tony Vaughn, Carolyn Riley. I know none of these people except for Robin Givens, but I stand.
Like, if you saw their pictures, you would know. Like, Essence Atkins, you've seen her in stuff before. Like, there's a few people, like, you've seen them and you're like, oh, yeah, I know you, kind of thing, so.
Any last hot minute takes on Mary's Three Husbands?
It's just a fascinating episode. And you know what? Considering it's one of, like, the last batch of episodes, it kind of makes sense that they did this. Because we're only, like, a few episodes away from the end. There's, like, a dinner party episode, and a couple other episodes, and we're done with the show.
This had a very, like, penultimate last episode before the last vibe to it, kind of in a way. Like, if you told me this was the second to last episode ever, I'd have been like, yeah, I see it, but it's close. It's close enough.
It's close, yeah. It's one of those things where you kind of want to get this, like, last POV while you still can kind of thing.
It definitely has endgame vibes to it, though, in a way.
Yes.
These are how the guys really feel about Mary, and, like, Mary... Almost in a way seems like Mary's ready to move on just by the way the guys are just shook by the way she's going on this date. They're just like, whoa, Mary went on a date and didn't tell us about the guy kind of thing.
Well, like, the thing is, apparently Mary's been on a lot of first dates with a lot of guys recently. Mary's out there swiping right on Tinder a lot, apparently.
Yeah, she's on that, do you think this is that era when he submitted the video? Oh, they probably didn't have videos, but, you know.
No, they didn't do video yet. It was like, maybe use, I don't even know. I don't know how you meet people, like, back in the day. How do people meet?
Alright, if you were alive in 1977, and you were in the dating pool, you're out there, you're putting it out there, how did you do it? Tweet us at Very Podcast, let us know. Tell us how you met your hubby. Or just, I don't know, how you met a bunch of your one-night stands. Did you go to the bar? Did you go to the pool hall?
Yeah.
Did you meet him at a bowling alley? Did you go to the malt shop? Were classifieds? I don't know, like you wrote a letter to the press, to the local press.
Yeah.
All right, on a scale out of 1 out of 5 unconsummated marriages to Mary, how many unconsummated marriages to Mary would you give this episode?
4.
4? I'm going to give it a 4 also. It was great. It was good. Wasn't quite a perfect episode. A few things made me mad. There were a few lines that were very unappealing. I believe Murray calls Mary a broad in one like part of the episode?
Yeah, there was a line I texted you about. Oh my god.
This is the Ted and Mary part, and they were talking about
Yeah, it's the Ted and Mary part. Oh my god. Let me see if I can find it.
they're talking about like kind of things that would turn each other on.
It was like no whips or midgets.
I guess Ted has a bit of a deviant side to him in a way that we don't really know about.
Yes.
And Mary's obviously like freaked out about the thought of having sex with Ted Baxter, and he's like, "Come on, I won't like let my freak flag fly. No whips or midgets."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "I'd probably welcome that over you, Ted Baxter." Let's be real. It was a weird line. It was a weird line to see today.
Yeah.
That's Mary Tyler Moore. We'll probably revisit her again. Maybe we'll definitely do an episode of Rhoda, because, you know I love myself some Valerie Harper. R.I.P. girl, R.I.P. Ouija board us.
Yes. Ouija board us and give us that code.
Yeah, give us the code word.
For, Howard Stern.
All right, I'm excited about next week. We're going to get triple stuffed. We're going to do 3 Thanksgiving-themed episodes.
Yes.
It's like 3 weeks of cranberry sauce.
Yes. We're going to have some stuffing, some turkey, some cranberry, all kinds of goodies.
Do you know what we're doing next week?
If I remember correctly, designing women.
You got it, girl. You got it. Next week, we're going to go back to hang out with the Sugar Bakers. Oh, yeah, we're going to go down to fucking Georgia. We're going to take the midnight train to Georgia and hang out with our gal pals, Annie Potts, Delta Burke, Julia Duffy. I don't know if she's in this one or not, but...
No, she's not in this. This is like a season 1 episode.
So we're going back in time. We're going back to at fucking, I don't know, like lady power suits were hot.
Mm-hmm.
And Julia Sugarbaker just went nuts. She'd go nuts and just rant at people.
Yeah.
It was great. Great time. So join us next week when we do Designing Women.
Yes.
And maybe we can play that fun noon game that we play at work called... Is this a Julia Sugarbaker rant, or is this a rant? We have a coworker named who goes on these rants.
Oh my gosh.
We text each other. Is it something that Julia Sugarbaker said, or is it something that said?
Oh my god.
So maybe we'll play that.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll play that game. Where can you follow us? Cat Hall said, the author. Where can you follow our wild, sexy, dirty adventures?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. You can find us at averyspecialpodcast.com, saltyrockmedia.com. You can find us on pretty much any podcast app out there. I think there's like the only one we're not on is iHeartRadio, and even then, who knows, because I haven't checked, but like you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. You have obviously found us somehow, so keep that up.
Yeah, keep up the good work, guys.
And yeah, all that good stuff.
Keep up the good work. Tweet us hot emojis, and I don't know, just love us, rate us, review us, all that hot stuff. And as always, girl, as fucking always,
bye!
Watch the skies. Watch the skies for... I don't know, the skyrise view that Mary has outside of her hot skyrise apartment.
Oh my god.